That's a Nintendo Direct. My wonderful friends. Hello. How are you doing today? I am here to talk about the Nintendo Direct that we just got. Forgive the voice. I am sick. It's like my sickest day of the cold, and that's the Direct day. It was a Nintendo Direct. Let's get started. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna talk about my highlights. You know, I'm not talking about everything. As usual, just kind of going over the stuff that stood out to me. A few things. A good few things stood out to me in this Nintendo Direct. So let's get started. So they started off by announcing a new Fire Emblem, and it does turn out this was not a remake of anything, but it seems the rumors were true. Like, there were some rumors, and we didn't know if, like, they were just really referring to Three Hopes, but no, apparently here it is. You've got pulling heroes from the past, and Martha's in there, and you've got a protagonist with strange red and blue hair. It was true. That was right. That was leaked, I guess. That was just a true thing. It looks cool. I really enjoyed Three Houses. I don't know. I mean, it could just be because I've got so much to play, and it's just like, it's a lot to give my brain to. I'm not sure if this one is grabbing me as much as Three Houses did. I don't know if I'm ready for another Fire Emblem. I don't know. That one, I like the story. This one is a little bit more bonkers. You know, obviously it's drawing from the legacy, and it just seems a lot more like kind of crazy, over the top, probably very like fan pleasing. So I don't know. It doesn't really. Yeah, I don't know. It looks great. I just don't know if I'm in a place right now where I want to play it. Those are good though. I don't know if it seems they're, because the whole thing with Three Houses was there's like the school, and I really love that about it. I love having like a home base and all this stuff to do. It does look like there's something like that here. I'd be surprised if there wasn't something, but I don't know exactly if it's, maybe there's been more info on this, and I don't know, but like, I don't know if it is a school or like I don't really know, but I, definitely hope that there is something like that, a very meaty thing to engage with between battles. I mean, that's gotta be the norm going forward, right? I mean, it's just kind of gotta be. So yeah, it looks cool. I don't know if I'll get into it, but that's great. New Fire Emblem. There you go. Then we had a Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, and I had to look it up. Apparently this is the 4th game. I was like, is this a remake of the first one or something? It's the 4th game, but it's never been released in the West, so that is cool. I know it's great to have anything, especially like we just had Made from Blackwater like pretty recently. So, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth, but man, I would totally get on top of like just like a remastered original trilogy or something. I'd really like that. I don't know. I want to start from the beginning. I remember those earlier games being really cool. But maybe someday. This is cool though. That's great. Masked Lunar Eclipse looks cool. Maybe I will just start here. I don't know. Then we got Tunic, the shortest timed exclusive in the history of video games. It's just like, it was a Microsoft thing for all these years in development, and then it comes out, and then just like 2 seconds later, it's like, okay, here it is everywhere else too. That's great. It's perfect. It's a Zelda-like, basically. I haven't played it yet, and I know I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna love it. I just haven't done it yet. Might still play it on my Xbox. I'm not sure. But that's absolutely, totally terrific that it's coming to Switch, because, yeah. They announced the next Splatfest, which is cool. They're already getting on that, and they announced the theme. If you're stuck on a deserted island, do you bring gear, grub, or fun? And see, this is... It depends on the island. Because if I don't have food, I'm gonna die. But if I have food and I need gear to survive, I'm gonna die. And then fun is just like, okay, well, on this island, do I already have my needs met in this magical scenario? Then yeah, I'd bring some fun. But it depends. You can't, I don't know, without any one thing, you could die. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to ponder on this for a while. So then Octopath Traveler 2. As I've said before, I still have not played the first game, just never got around to it. But holy cow. 2 looks good. It looks super duper good. And they even, like, they pointed out how, like, the characters are gonna interact in this one. Don't worry. So, like, if they fix that issue, make it more, I mean, just that's, like, the main concern that I heard about that was just, you know, the stories are kind of separated, but if they can actually, like, weave them all together, I might just start with 2. It looks so good. My gosh, they have been spoiling us with these games, with the HD 2D and everything, and just, like, also, were there just, like, a lot of Square Enix games in this direct here? Oh, we'll talk about the overalls in a minute, though. The pair of overalls I'm wearing. We'll talk about that in a bit. No, yeah, Octopath Traveler 2 looks incredible, though. Looks absolutely incredible. I'm so in love with that art style. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So then they talked about Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and this is a thing that I have been weird about. And whenever I'm weird about it, people are like, why are you weird about it? You know, I say I really want to play the game. It looks amazing. It looks like a lot of stuff that I want from Mario games that we don't usually get. It looks like a great improvement over the first game, which I loved. But I don't want to buy Ubisoft games. I don't want to... And people are like, why? And, like, I was thinking about making a video about this, but, like, the basic thing is, like, all that stuff that Activision Blizzard has been going through, Ubisoft did that too. It just didn't get out as much. Like, they're also, like, have a long history of abusing employees and protecting abusers, and, like, it's basically the exact same thing. So that's where I'm like, I don't know if I want to support them as a company. We'll talk about it later. Too sick. It looks cool, though. So then they gave us a bunch of N64 games, and, like, it should have seen it coming, you know. They're like, here's, I mean, like, it's a really great list, you know, like Mario Party 1, 2, 3, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Coliseum, Excitement, just like all this different stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I should have assumed that this was going to be like over the next 12 million years. No, just like into 2023. We'll be releasing these gradually. It's like, oh, okay. I don't know why they... I mean, it's kind of different for N64. All the other systems, they've just, you know, revealed it like, here's your next batch. And you don't know what it is till the batch comes out. I don't know why with N64 they're like doing this long tease thing. It's cool though. I wish they would just come out quicker, but but yeah, that's a lot of great games. And then they made a big thing out of GoldenEye, even though like the little Metroid thing in the corner made me think it was gonna be some kind of Metroid thing, but it was N64. I didn't know. It was weird. But yeah, GoldenEye. I have fondness for that game. I spent many a nights as a kid playing it. Sleepovers, split screen, 4-player on a tiny CRT TV, eating pizza. Those were the days. Those were the 90s, my friends. So I don't have a lot of like really like smaller individual games to point out, but Factorio. I want to say I've seen this around. I've seen people talk about it. Something about that really grabs me. It seems like it might be a little too complicated for me. But I don't know, something about that style, it really seems like the kind of game that if, like, it gets its hooks in you, you're just gonna, like, play it for 9,000 hours. I might have to try that one out. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just looks really cool. So they talked about Nintendo Switch Sports is getting a golf update, and it's getting delayed, and it's like, I mean, I really don't care about that game at all. I wish that I did. But at least we know that they weren't just like holding back the updates for later. Apparently they hadn't even finished golf yet. So that's good, I think. I don't really know. So Miyamoto comes on. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. I got the discussion and the reaction later. Right now, so Resident Evil. So Resident Evil. Okay, so they're giving us Resident Evil 8 and 7 and 2 and 3. But they're all cloud versions, which is kind of But, like, I don't know. If there's anyone out there and this works for them, then you got really good internet. Like, that's cool. I love these games. I'm not going to play them on my Switch, but it's cool to have the option, I guess. And then a Kirby game. Another Kirby game. They are really, I mean, like, gosh, some series, their anniversaries come and go, and it's just kind of nothing. But golly, are they giving Kirby the love. So this is a remaster / remake, whatever, of Return to Dreamland. And I heard that's one of the good ones, right? I think that people told me that's one of the really good ones, and it's cool, awesome. Yes, I mean, like, just why not? Why not give us all these Kirby games, you know? And it does make me sad though that, like, we got so many of these, like, platformer ports on the 3DS, and now they're just stuck there, you know? And now, like, oh, the Switch is getting Return to Dreamland. Oh, cool. Well, I want to play Epic Yarn too, and they're just like, no, you can't. We did that on 3DS. Oh, can I buy it? No, we're shutting down all the shops. Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, back to the positive. Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Yeah, it looks great. I'm looking forward to playing it. And then they ended with Zelda again and again. It's such a small thing that we're all going to be dissecting. It still wasn't the full reveal, which is annoying. Just give it to us at this point. I just do it. However, it is hard to complain too much because that little bit of footage we did get was eye-wateringly amazing. I mean, wow. Just wow. But again, that's another thing that I'll have a full discussion and everything about later. But yeah, it's Tears of the Kingdom. We did get an of the. We got an of the. Tears of the Kingdom. There you go. Tears of the Kingdom. Kingdom's crying. Here's its tears. And a release date. May. I can do May. It's more than a half a year away, but you know what? I can do it. It's good to have a date. It feels good to have a date for Breath of the Wild, for the Return of the Zelda, Return of the King, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom 2. So there you go. So this direct, I mean, okay. I mean, it's a good direct. It was a very good direct. It had lots of stuff. There was something weird about, like, just like the pacing. As far, I mean, you know me, like, I go by, like, what was announced in the direct, but then also just, like, its entertainment factor. It did have some good announcements, but it kind of dragged in places. And, like, yeah, lots of Square Enix and lots of JRPGs. That's not a bad thing. It didn't really, not really my thing, but my gosh, the JRPGs and the farming sims. Why are there so many farming sims in this one? Farming sims are cool. Again, nothing wrong with that. It's very funny though. Yeah, I don't know, just something weird about the pacing. It did kind of, I don't know, just kind of dragged in places. Kind of felt like it could have been a little shorter. I mean, like, you'd think that the direct where they announced that game would be the best one ever. And yet, even still, I found myself getting, I don't know, just a little bit bored here and there. And then I think it was cool ending on Zelda. I think it would have really made it better overall if it wasn't another tease. I'm tired of the teases, especially when we have to wait a year plus between the teases. I'm done with teases. I was really just, you know what I mean? It's too much tease. I'm getting too teased here. But yeah, I mean, like, overall, like, yeah, you can't complain at all. New Fire Emblem, Octopath Traveler 2, got Zelda, Kirby, the other games that got announced. Yeah. Other games. Okay, so yeah, more stuff coming, more whole, like, discussions and stuff coming on up for other stuff. Right now, that's the end. Go to the comments. Let me know what you thought about this Nintendo Direct. See you later.